We interrupt this program to bring you an important announcement. Warning. The following footage may cause irrational excitement.
How you doing out there? This is Terry Patrick coming to you live with the Word to the Wise podcast and a quick take 5. Let's go ahead right here, right now. Let's get it in. Minnesota Viking fans, how do you feel today? Oh, it's a sad day in Mudville. The one, the only, Kirk Cousins, Kirko Chains, is moved on from Minnesota. He has left the Twin Cities and he is now in Atlanta, down in the dirty South in the ATL, joining up with the Falcons. Kirk Cousins, 6 years he played with the Washington, then Redskins, now Commanders. Another 6 years with the Minnesota Vikings, but he has decided to pack his bags and pack his family and move on to Atlanta. Kirk Cousins is the one that I feel he is a genius. He is a GM in the making. Know what Kirk Cousins has did? He has whipped the pants off every GM that he has faced. Kirk Cousins has gotten more guaranteed money than I know of any other football player in the history of the game. Kirk Cousins, the lovable guy. You know who I'm talking about. Kirko Chains. And you like that? Do you like that? Yes, Kirk has been, there's a lot of Kirk haters that was in Minnesota. Every turnover, every interception, every sack. Oh, he's a statue out there in the backfield. What are we doing with Kirk Cousins? Well, how do you feel now? Now that he has decided to leave and he has left the Minnesota Vikings, here is the quarterback scenario that the Vikings face. We had Kirk Cousins, reliable. One of the very few quarterbacks who can give you 17 games a year. Went down mid-season, and he was out for the rest of the year. We bring in the second-string quarterback in Jared Hall, and he goes down. He goes down in the first half of the first game that he filled in for Kirk. And then we bring in the third-string quarterback with Nick Mullins. And we knew from the beginning that he was not the answer. Why? Because they went out and they went and got Josh Dobbs, the Pastronaut, the rocket man. Well, he must have been the part of the rocket that falls off when it gets into orbit because he crashed and he burned. The quarterback situation had got so dire in Minnesota with the Vikings that the fifth string quarterback, and you guys know not many teams will carry 5 quarterbacks. The fifth string quarterback was our third string running back, Cam Akers, and Cam Akers goes down himself in the very game that he was supposed to be the backup quarterback. They knew, the front office knew we had no viable answer at a quarterback, but they could not meet the money. Why? Kirk Cousins is a genius. Kirk Cousins, $382 million over the course of his career. With the 6 years he was with the Washington Commanders. I'm going to call them the Redskins, but I don't mean to. The Commanders. He started off at $2.5 million, and the Vikings were paying him $66 million and $35 million, and most of that was guaranteed. Atlanta Falcons, $150 million for Kirk Cousins on the wrong side of 35, coming off a season-ending injury. But this guy, he has somebody on his side. He has super agent Mike McCartney, not to be confused with the Dallas Cowboy head coach. Mike McCartney, super agent. This guy should be a GM himself. I think Kirk Cousins will be a GM one day. I just want to let him know that, man, just the commission off $150 million? I could live off that. Could you? That's the question of the day. Could you live off the commission of $150 million if that was your client? I want you to drop something in the comments and let me know how you feel about it. Should players be loyal to teams? Do teams have any loyal to players? Are we fans the only one that are showing this loyalty? Because it's all about taking care of your family at the end of the day. And that's exactly what Kirk Cousins did. Hey, this has been a quick take 5 with Terry Patrick here on the Word to the Wise podcast. I want you guys to tune in and join me every Wednesday on Word to the Wise. And don't forget that exclamation point right here wherever you see podcasts. Thank you guys and have a great rest of your day. Skol and go Vikings.